Welcome back to Escapement and Watch. Falling Titan here. Today, I don't have an intro, so maybe I'll tell you a story. A tale of the dark side of watch collecting. You may have seen it online. Now, a guy told me he would never buy a Grand Seiko because he doesn't want some douche with a $200 watch thinking he's got the same watch as him. Now, I told him that sentence alone, the one he just said, is the most douchebaggy thing I've ever heard in my life. And of course, he had no rebuttal. Now, what underbelly or dark side of watch collecting have you encountered? Let me know down in the comments below. I have many because I'm on the groups and the forums, so they got tons, and they're all ridiculous. Today, a fan favorite, the Marinemaster. Quickly, the unboxing experience, very similar to that 207 MM200 we did. Box and papers, and it does also come with a second strap, but this one, let's see, it looks different. Yes, it is. This is the accordion style strap. Right there. You got Seiko and Seiko on the buckle. And the one with the Marinemaster 200, we can compare them right here. So very different. Okay, we got the round tip, and this has the squared off tip. Okay, so a little bit of a difference between 2 and 300. Which style do you prefer? I used to be a fan of this one, but I'm starting to like the new squared off style, and it's really soft, but this one feels just as soft. Let me put the box away and we'll begin. Let's begin introducing the Seiko SLA047. The Marinemaster 300 in green limited edition. British racing green. It is a stunning color. You know what? Most of the times it's gonna look black. It's gonna just have that hint of green, and that's a good thing. It's not overpowering. You can wear it every day. It will go with any outfit. What a beautiful watch. Now the case shape, we all know it. We all love it. Beautiful, high polished shoulders that just drop instantly from the top of the lugs down to that brushed mid case and that cushion underneath. Now this is a monoblock case, fully hermetically sealed for saturation diving without a helium escape valve. It doesn't need it because it's so hermetically sealed. So well done, Seiko. And of course, this one has a signed crown with the Prospex X. Very nice. Now I love this case. It demands attention, looks bold and beautiful and just strong on the wrist. And it does wear smaller than its size indicates. It does, of course, have that 8L movement that Seiko hand assembles in the Grand Seiko Studio. You get a little bit of classic watchmaking with this mass-produced watch, and that is a rare thing. This movement has 50 hours of power reserve, and it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. So a nice medium beat sweep. And of course, hack hand winding, 26 joules, and this one made with forged, milled, and for the tiny parts, MEMS technology. High quality hand assembled movement. You're getting an unbelievable movement, and then it's rhodium plated on top to make sure it lasts generations. As long as you maintain it, this is a movement that you're going to be proud to own, and you can pass down to the next and then to the next generation. Okay, so it's a beautiful high tier Seiko movement, and it's a winner. Now let's check out the measurements. I got 43.6 in diameter. Thickness of that monoblock case, 14.6. All right. And the lug to lug 49.8. Definitely a big watch. It does have drilled lugs for easier strap changes. And the secret measurement, the bezel measurement right here, 42.2. And because of those high polished shoulders that go all the way across, it wears slimmer. Your eye sees it as a 42. It kind of wears like a 42 on the wrist. And we're gonna see when I put it on my wrist near the end of the video. Now, the bracelet on this thing, it looks like a 3-piece oyster, but it's actually a 2-piece. That's why it doesn't articulate too well right there. So it's a little bit of a trickery. As you can see, it's connected, the 2 side pieces. All right. Solid links, solid end links, fully milled clasp dive extension. That has a cool trick. You pull back and it goes back. Sorry about the tags. Okay, I got most of them out of the way. You just push it in and it closes. Pull out, it doesn't. You gotta pull this back. Some people complain about that when they're taking off their watch and they flip the clasp. They pull it by mistake. All right, but it's not too bad. You just push it back in. We have 4 micro adjusts, and there is the clasp. And it is a pin and collar system, the most secure system. Look at the case back. There is none. It's all a solid piece of steel. And this is a really cool limited edition. It is numbered, as you can see. This one is number 16. One of the lowest numbers I've ever seen in person on a limited edition. So very nice. You have the Hokusai wave at the back on number 16. So if someone has a connection with the number 16, that's cool. This one's going to be a cool piece. I love numbered editions. That's why on the Marinemaster 200, now that it just says limited, I don't know. I think I prefer numbers because, you know, some people that have a lucky number, maybe 16's their lucky number. They would love to have this. The joy they would feel if they look at the back and they see 16, it's just special. And hopefully we see more numbered versions coming from Seiko. That beautiful British racing green is a thing of beauty. It almost looks inky green, like inky black. It is different from the Marinemaster 200 dial, which has almost a textured, not textured, almost a matte look that sunbursts when the light hits it. This one just has that inky, deep, beautiful look. I don't know how Marinemasters do it, but it's definitely a different dial, a different procedure. And the color is the same, but with those slight differences, there's a big change in the visual feel. And I noticed this while filming macros. The dial has a sheen, almost enamel-like. I know it is not enamel, but that's what it feels like. All right. The hands are the famous MM300 style hands, and they are a thing of beauty. The brushing is perfect on the top surface. It's just done to such a high degree. And that gold tip seconds hand, sorry, not gold tip, fully gold seconds hand with a gold 300 meter water resist is a nice touch. Green and gold, beautiful combination. Screw down crown, hacking, as you can see. Man, everything just works. Now the date window has a linen effect. It has like lines in it. I'm gonna give you a super macro so you can see it. But when you look from far like this, that linen looks so dark. You can't even see the date. It has almost a metallic sheen to it. So it kind of looks a bit strange with that loom pip at 3, that new ISO standard. I think I prefer it without the loom pip on the 300, but I don't mind it on the 200. I'm still not decided though, but that's what I'm leaning towards. What do you guys think? Is it an eyesore or is it a welcome addition? Maybe they should put the normal bright white date window on these high-end movements with the plastic date so we can see it better. But in person, you can see it. Like I'm reaching over the camera now and I can see it says 27. The bezel and the bezel insert. We have a thick coin edge, which is ultra grippy. And the way this thing clicks, is unbelievably perfect. I would rate it a bit higher than the Submariner, the new one. It's just, you feel like you're turning a precision instrument. A machine milled just to turn perfectly. And there's just the right amount of tension, the right amount of clickiness. Oh my God, it's a thing of beauty. I love these watches so much. And everything lines up, chapter ring, bezel, hands. So Seiko, again, paying attention to the price point. Speaking of the price, 3,200 USD, and that is a great price for a Marinemaster. Professional dive watch, ISO rated, 300 meters, screw down crown, sapphire crystal, a really thick sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, dia shield on the case to help prevent scratches, hand finished on the polishing with the Zaratsu, hand assembled movement. It is a great value. I know it's weird to hear value and 3,000 USD in the same sentence, but Seiko knows what they're doing here. They priced it correctly. When I compare this to my 62 mass, which is 4,500 USD, my 62 mass is a tier above. They really, it feels like they know the price and they take some stuff away to make sure that they can meet that price point. These indices are pressed. The 62 mass I have are applied indices, and there's zero dust in mine. There's a couple specks in this, maybe 10 I've counted. You're not going to notice them ever unless you go under macro. Finishing, of course, is better on the 62 mass, and of course the 62 mass has the new Ever Brilliant steel, which is that new proprietary alloy. So I feel like Seiko knows they're pricing well. They're doing it good. They're taking away just the right amount of things that you won't notice. You don't need applied indices. These pressed indices look amazing. They look great. Okay, so it's on par. This style is on par with the lower tier Seiko dive watches, but that's not a bad thing because those are great watches. And what you're getting with that hand finished case and that hand assembled movement, and it's a high quality movement, not like the lower tier ones, it's a great value. So I'm a fan of the Marinemaster 100%, and it just has such a beautiful history. It's a great watch. It's priced well, guys. It's priced well. Now let's compare it with, of course, what people are going to compare it with, a King Seiko. All right, I'm joking. No one's ever going to compare those two. Let's do the Marinemaster 200. A lot of people emailing me, messaging me on Instagram, they want to know which one to get between these two. And the answer is simple. You know, you always want to get the 300. I own a 200 and I love it to death. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite watches, but I always think about this thing. I know it's a bit too big for me, but it really isn't. But I'm always on the fence. I'm always on the fence. So it's tough for me to help you guys because even with my own collection, I'm in limbo. I don't know which one to get for the 300 or 200. I like the 200 because it just wears so much slimmer, more sleek, and I love that look. I love when a watch is just part of the wrist and slim, and the Willard and Turtle have that effect. This is a little bit top heavy, but it's just such, I know it sounds weird, it's just such a boss look. It just makes you so happy, and watches are about how they make us feel, and the Marinemaster makes you feel like $1 million bucks. It's just a special watch, and I just love it. Oh man, this bezel. Oh, it's just so perfect. Now let's do a wrist shot. Here it is on my 6.5 inch wrist, and yes, it does look a little bit big, but good Lord, is it beautiful. And I love this watch. Such a beautiful piece of kit and it just feels so professional. And the bezel, thing of beauty. Man, the green is phenomenal. What do you guys think of the dial? Let me know. It looks, I'm seeing it as black right now on my viewfinder. When I look around, I see a subtle green and it's unbelievably gorgeous. Let's do the weight. I'm gonna try to keep these 300 tags off. It's just ridiculous. I wish they wouldn't put so many tags. That's the best I could do, guys. All right, it might be a gram off. 221 grams. Woo, that's a heavy one. Let's begin. You can hear that 28.8 VPH, high beat, medium beat. Damn, all right, 5 seconds a day, not bad. 311 amplitude, very powerful. The 8L movement is not regulated from Seiko. One of my biggest complaints from Seiko is they do not regulate their movements. It's kind of their way of forcing you to buy a Grand Seiko, but look at this. And yeah, that's a good number. 4443, 306 amplitude, 0.1 milliseconds. Now my 8L in my 62 mass SLA043 is doing 0 seconds a day. And yeah, on my wrist, which is amazing. I can't complain about 0. And I've had it for 3 months now, and I wear it a lot, and it's still doing the same. So the good thing about these 8L movements is they keep the rating that they show basically their whole life. They don't fluctuate like the lower tier movements, and positional accuracy is much better as well. So there's other benefits as well as the hand finishing and the hand production. Damn, all right, so 3 seconds, 0.1 milliseconds in B air, and a beautiful strong amplitude of 305. I noticed that the 8L movements can keep 300 amplitude. It's 3 months for my 62 mass and it's still 300 amplitude. So the 6R and the 4R, the lower tier Seiko movements, or entry, sorry, I don't want to say low, but entry level movements, they show 300 when you first wind it. I sit with my Timegrapher for hours, you know, I'm obsessed and I study the movements. And the 6R, 4R, 7S, they'll dip down anywhere from 250, I've seen actually 240, to 280 when they're new. So they can't keep the beat up. They can't keep their power at 300. I don't know what it is. Something with the movement. Maybe it has something to do with the low beat. I don't know. So strong amplitude, low error, and amazing rate. And every time I touch it, I'm creating a snowflake. Okay guys, I'm sorry, my camera died and I put a new battery and ran right back. So it's been sitting here for another 10 seconds or 20 seconds. I was pretty quick. I had the spare battery on the side. So right now we're doing 1 second a day, 1111. All right, so we're gonna call it 1 second a day. Excellent movement, hand assembled in Japan, high quality materials. Such a good movement, such a good watch. Here it is under some half lighting, and you can see a little bit of the green and gold flashes when it hits the light. Beautiful watch. I'm such a fan of the Marinemasters. What do you guys think? Marinemaster 200 or Marinemaster 300? I'm sorry I couldn't be much help. I'm trying to show you guys both so you can decide, but even I can't decide. So I would say either one, you're gonna be happy, okay? But if you have the money to spend a little bit more and you care about the little bit of features you get extra with this, the hand finishing, the higher quality grade movement, and of course the Marinemaster 300 name. I know it doesn't say Marinemaster, but we all know what it is. And yeah, I would choose Marinemaster if money was no issue. I don't know if that helps anyone. But I like the SLA023. So if I were to buy a Marinemaster and finally give in, it would be that blue one. It's such a stunner, and it doesn't have that. Indice at 3. Sorry. So it looks cleaner in my opinion. I don't think I'm a fan of it on this watch. The little nub at 3. but still, I need more time to think about it. I just got this watch. Alright guys, if you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.